This gem of a place is quite far away from center Tokyo, 15 minutes to 1 hour away, but it is so worth it since because of this, you have literally almost no crowds or people. And by the end of the video, we also have a second place that you can't miss as well and that most people don't know about. So let's get into it.
So we just arrived at the station and we grabbed something from the kombini. Sarah's eating an onigiri with raw egg.
Probably one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's really good. And I grabbed the onigiri with fried egg and a sandwich. One of my favorites as well, with egg and meat and everything. And of course a coffee. So yeah, we'll show you guys the temple, the Neko temple, right? The Neko shrine.
This temple here is in Tokyo's Setagaya ward, and it is widely recognized as the birthplace of the maneki neko, or the beckoning cats. So on the way to the temple, you have a bunch of cafes, stores, and even a train which are maneki neko themed. Why is the temple important? Well, according to the legend, in the early 17th century, the second lord of the Omihikune domain was caught in a thunderstorm, and basically a cat invited him to the temple for shelter. And in gratitude, they built this temple as a symbol of good luck attached to the cats. Once you get to the temple, you will be met by thousands upon thousands of the lucky cats. The statues will be sitting, beckoning with its front paw, and the right paw is normally a good luck symbol. And why is it now extremely full of cats everywhere? Well, because you can buy your own cat in different sizes so you can ask for good fortune yourself. You can also purchase, of course, an omikuji, which is very traditional for temples here in Japan, to check out your fortune. And if it is a bad one, you can just leave it behind at the temple grounds. If it is a good one, you can just take it with you. You should leave your cat in the temple, or take it with you, but if you do take it with you, once the wish comes true, you need to take it back to the temple and leave it there. You can also, of course, buy the Emma plaques to write out your wishes and hopes and prayers. The maneki neko temple is very worth it. It's not too touristy yet because it's a bit far away from Tokyo, so it's definitely worth coming here. But with that said, we still had one more place as a surprise that we want to show you. This is Shirohige's Cream Puff Factory. This is in the Setagaya residential area of Tokyo and is famous for its Studio Ghibli-inspired aesthetics and Totoro cream puffs. The place is officially recognized by Studio Ghibli, and the owner is actually the sister-in-law of Hayao Miyazaki himself. Inside the house, you have the bakery downstairs with homemade Totoro cookies and other goods, and if you head upstairs, you can relax at the super cute cafe where they serve not just the cream puffs, but also pasta dishes. The cream puffs themselves are about 500 yen each, and keep in mind that you should always reserve a seat on their website since the place is quite popular and it might happen that you just walk in and they have no cream puffs for the day anymore. You can normally choose between custard cream puff, chocolate and matcha, and a strawberry one. They're so good, so we definitely recommend coming here for sure. We basically did both the temple and the cafe in the same day, temple in the morning and then the cafe in the afternoon, and we still had plenty of time to spare. So you can easily do this as a little side quest of your Tokyo adventure.
See you guys in the next one. Bye!
Have a beautiful time!